All right. Hopefully y'all should be able to hear me now. My mic is working now. All right. So now we're good. All right. So Cali Wagers is supposed to be coming on soon. That's who we're waiting on. Hopefully he'll be in here soon. If not, I'm going to start on my own. We're already running a little late. Um I mean, I don't know if you guys are excited about today or not, but I am. I mean, we have a bunch of college football championship games at that. Then we have a loaded college basketball slate that looks terrific. NBA tonight, it's fight night. I mean, guys, we are packed. So I'm super excited about today. And then best thing about it, man, we wake up tomorrow and we got NFL. So absolutely loaded weekend. You guys are in the right spot. That's for damn sure. I'm gonna give you guys some winning picks, man. Callie's gonna give you guys some winning picks, and we're going to cash out together. We're going to have a good day. I'm seeing the board pretty well. I had another big day yesterday, so that really helps moving into today. I'm feeling confident, feeling good. Hopefully, we can make some money, man, off of these punk ass books today. Um, yeah, man, we just show up every day, man. Every day we're here in Plug Talk, man. Every day. We don't we don't take breaks over here, man. Every day we're here. Every day we're giving out picks. Every day we're doing the same shit. It's what we do. It's a lifestyle, bro. Like this is what we do. So let's do what we do and let's make some fucking money today. Callie, what's up, man? Callie, your mic's muted. I don't know if he's even there. He might not be there yet, but at least we got him in the building. There he is.
Yo,
How's
yo, good
every?
morning.
Yo, good morning, man. Good morning. You said you had a power outage this morning.
Yeah, we had like a surge over here on the coast. They had knocked everything out for a little bit.
That's the troubles of a beach life.
Yeah, could be
The
worse.
troubles of a beach life.
Yeah, we're all right. We'll
Uh,
survive.
so how you feeling about today, man?
It should be exciting. Obviously a lot to play for. Conference championship weekend is here. It's exciting start last night. Um, my 100-to-1 Boise ticket is looking very, very live and well right now. So
Looking so good.
exciting. Yeah, exciting to get them in, get that buy. Hopefully, like things should be panned out, and that is a good start. But yeah, today will be today will be fun. I mean, it's interesting. It feels very pros versus the Joes today on siding, and I'm intrigued to see how some of these teams are going to perform when the lights are the brightest, and should be fun. And hopefully, we'll wrap up some season long wins and some season long winners for NCAA today. Couple guys running still right now that we're looking to cash in, including Oregon to win the Big Ten today. So exciting day ahead, and a couple teams that this is the biggest game they've ever played in. Like a SMU today and Arizona State, a
Hmm.
few others that this is a big one with not necessarily all the teams that we expected, and I kind of like that. I think that hopefully it continues and we get these mid guys that have a chance. And thank you Boise State for starting this for so many other people. So it's nice to see them in such a good position with this playoff system.
Yeah, I love it. I think I think it's great what they did. And this is why, because today we have a card the way we do. You know what I mean? Like the card looks great, man. I mean, it's not. I mean, you got SMU going against Clemson, Penn State, Oregon. I mean, the Texas and Georgia one was seen. Even Iowa State versus Arizona State is nice. Like, dude, it's just a really, really cool card. So I love this with college football, man. So I like this card a lot today. Obviously, we got a pretty deep college basketball card as well. There's some really big matchups going on there. So what we're going to do is we're only going to talk about on this show, we're only going to talk about college football and college basketball. We do have games starting at 12 o'clock in an hour. So, what we're going to do, we're going to cover the college basketball, two college basketball games, two college football games at 12 o'clock. And then we're going to go cover a couple college basketball games at 12 o'clock. And then we're going to finish the college basketball card and we're going to end the show obviously with the last four games in college football. All right, so Cal, you got anything else you want to say before we get started, or you just want to jump right into it?
No, let's get to it.
All right, man, money to be made. Let's get it. First game of
Yes,
the
sir.
day. I know what Callie wants. Callie's got this one, boy. I can't wait to hear what you got on this one. Because I'm taking all your advice today. So we got Iowa State laying 1 point here. This game starts at 12 o'clock. You got Arizona State. Obviously, this is the what is it, Big 12 championship. So huge game, Big 12 championship here. Iowa State laying 1 point, Arizona State getting 1 point, and you got a total of 50 and a half. It looks like it is Iowa State here favored at a minus 112 on the money line, and Arizona State at a minus 108 on the money line. So they're giving us a good price here just to, back a money line piece here. So you just need a winner, man. I I'm going with the Sun Devils, bro. I'm going with the Sun Devils. I like Arizona State here. Iowa State, I mean, they are deserving to be here, obviously. This is a tough championship team to be playing. Um, I mean, this team is they're doing well, you know. Um, I just all things put aside, besides their year, I think Arizona State, just has the better run game, and I can really see them getting it done. I kind of think we're going to kind of what Kansas did against Iowa State. You know what I mean? Like that's what this game kind of brings me back to. If we see what Kansas did to Iowa State, Arizona State's going to cover here, win and cover probably. So for that alone, man, I'm looking at these guys side by side here and their stats. I mean, I just think with the better run game, I got to go with Arizona State here. They're favored for a reason. I'm sticking with the Sun Devils in this one, man.
Yeah, me too. I took Arizona State on Monday. I took a money line. So obviously lost a little bit of value, but doesn't really mean much to me. I think that what we've seen with Arizona State, the last month, uh, unfazed by the opponent, whether it's higher quality or lower caliber. They've just been doing absolute domination. I think what I've really enjoyed too is they've not only been really good at causing turnovers, but they've done a really good job of taking advantage of those turnovers. We saw it last night in that Tulane game. They had a couple opportunities to try to get themselves back in that game and couldn't take advantage of miscues, and Army ran all over. And we saw the same thing in that first game as well yesterday with Jacksonville State. So uh, I like what I've seen from Arizona State. I've ridden them for a while now, and I'm going to continue to take that momentum. Neutral site here playing at I think they're playing in Jerry World, uh, so no point, no advantage territorial wise. Games indoors, which I think benefits ASU more than Iowa State, especially this time of the year. So yeah, like Arizona State, I will stay with my West Coast bias and go with Sun Devils today.
Yeah, I'm with you. I was looking at some trends here, trying to find anything to kind of back us here with this. I mean, you basically hit on everything. And like I said, the only reason why, because I do think that Iowa State, is good enough to pull off the win here. But like I said, I just think they have a huge advantage with their run game, Arizona State, and I love teams that can run the ball, especially in big big game situations like this. Usually you see a team with a good run game usually pull out bigger games. It's just what it is about football. A team that can run the ball is a successful team. So we do have a couple trends here. Obviously, Arizona State, they won 7 of their last 8 games. They're playing really well. Arizona State has covered the spread in 7 of their last 8 games. So you look at Iowa State. Iowa State has not covered the spread in their last 7 games as an underdog against the top 15 AP ranked team. So step up games. It looks like Iowa State is struggling to cover spreads. And we could say that this is this is the Big 12 championship. So this is a step up game here. So we'll see what happens, man. But I'm with you, bro. I like Arizona State here as well. Best part is we can just take them on the money line and watch these boys win and cash. So good way to start the day on the same page here, man. I love it. Arizona State, let's go Sun Devils, man, at a minus 108 here. Line actually flipped because the Arizona State opened up as a minus 2.5 favorite. So now Arizona State is actually a 1 point underdog too. So I want to throw that in there as well. All right. We got one more 12 o'clock game in college football. We got Ohio playing Miami, Ohio. I really need your advice on this one, Callie. Because I don't know too much about either one of these teams, man. It looks like Miami, Ohio opened up as a 2.5 point favorite. So this line hasn't moved. Miami, Ohio is favored over Ohio here. I would have thought it would have been the other way around. I would have thought that, Ohio would have been favored in this situation. So I was honestly surprised to see Miami, Ohio as the favorite here. I guess I'm going to go with Miami here. Give me the Red Hawks. I mean, they're favored here for a reason. I was wrong. I thought they were going to be an underdog here. I mean, Miami, Ohio did beat Ohio earlier this year, 30-20. But you know, I, they almost choked that game away because going into the fourth quarter in that game, they were down a ton. I mean, it was 30-6, so they almost threw that game away, man. Miami did, and that's something I don't like to see. But this should be a good game either way. Stat for stat, looking at these two teams side by side here, I mean, they're damn neck and neck, man. Like, there's not really too much that I see that separates these two teams. These teams, they're playing their best football of the year coming into this game. You got Miami coming in off two double digit scores, man. Wins against NIU and Bowling Green. So they're, I would say, slightly playing the better ball right now coming into this game. But both these teams look kind of neck to neck to me. But I'm going to go with the books here, because obviously I had it wrong, and I'm going to go with the Red Hawks here, Callie.
Yeah, yeah. This is one of those games where I think that two teams go in different directions a little bit. The Red Hawks are playing phenomenal. They started out the year poorly. A lot of that had to do with the fact that all the games they played were against Power Four. It's going to happen. A program like this out of the MAC. Uh, Ohio, obviously, still one of the biggest names. Well known in terms of action, and obviously still with a lot of talent there. However, as we saw earlier in this year, that final score, like you said, a bit misleading. Uh, Down by 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, and they dominated that game from start to finish. So wouldn't really expect a whole lot to change. Miami's really starting to throw the ball well too. Manage the clock really well, and obviously that's going to mean a lot in a game like this today. Where ball control is going to mean everything. I like Miami. I actually retracted on this. I had Ohio earlier in the week. Listened to a few more things that got me off of it. It's a small play, anyways, but I do like the Red Hawks today. I think that money line at minus 130, minus 125 is a very reasonable number.
All right. Um, so I want to ask you something. So coming into the year, obviously Ohio. I always expect Ohio, even in basketball. I kind of always expect Ohio to do good in the MAC. Football is the same for me. Maybe it's just the way I look at Ohio. But like you said, Ohio has always been a good athletic program in basketball, football. It doesn't matter. They're just a good MAC team. Um, at if coming into this year, bro, if you would you have thought this would be the championship for Mac,
No,
right? Neither would I.
absolutely. Not.
Neither would I. I
They
I
always
mean
expected
Miami,
Toledo.
Ohio.
Exactly.
Yeah, Miami, Ohio, man. I mean, they just really I, I mean, I'm kind of shocked how good they're playing. I mean, this is a good team, man. And, you could say, oh, they're in the MAC all you want. I mean, Toledo, we have seen Ohio play some good teams, but I mean, Miami, Ohio is just playing really good, man. I mean, like I said, you just beat Bowling Green, blew him out the water, double digit win. They're coming into this game just rolling. Bro, yeah, I don't know.
And,
I
and
I am. Go ahead.
something key to it. Something key to it. This is you look at the leadership, and Miami, Ohio's got a sixth-year guy in Blaine Gabbert, who's been around forever and playing well with confidence and maturity. So it does make a big difference as well with that Red Hawk team having somebody back there.
Oh yeah, very true. That makes all the difference, especially with someone that has the experience like that. So, like you said, just the leadership there alone is a huge advantage. Um, Also, I was just curious because this is obviously at a neutral site, right? So
Yeah,
I wanted to go and look, and Ohio has not covered the spread in three of their last four games at a neutral site. Ohio has not. And Miami has won their last 17 games. 17 games as a favorite against non AP ranked teams. Miami, Ohio has. So I think we're on the right side here. There are two trends that stick out to me pretty big, especially Ohio and their neutral site problems. That's a big problem. Not obviously struggling at neutral sites. So, definitely, I think we're on the right side here with Miami, Ohio. I think the books have them favored for a reason. Um, so yeah, man. Let's see who wins this MAC championship. Hopefully, Miami, Ohio will. They fought for it. They're here. I don't think they're going to stop now. I think they're here to make a statement, and I think they do that. All right. Let's head over to college basketball. Talk about these 12 o'clock games, and then we'll finish the college basketball slate, and we're going to end the show with the obviously some of the bigger games in college basketball. I mean, college football for the night. So the first game I do want to look at here in college basketball, quite a few good we have quite a few good 12 o'clock games, guys, and I believe two of them that are VIP quality that I'm going to give you guys today. So the first game we're going to look at here, it's going to be let me see, Kansas State and St. John's. This is actually 11:30 game, so it starts in 20 minutes. You got Kansas State getting 10 points. You got St. John's laying 10 points. It looks like we got a total of 148 here. So we got a total of 148. I mean, this should be a good game. I like both these teams. I don't have any gripe about either one. Both are coming in 6-2. Line opened up at 10. It's kind of not moving much at all. Kansas State is I think it is justified that Kansas State is a double digit favorite here. I really do. I'm not really sold on Kansas State yet. Like, I don't like this team that much. We don't back Kansas State often. We don't fade them often neither. And that's only because I don't really have a good feel on this team yet. Um, you know, I, Kansas State is averaging 81 points per game. So they're shooting the ball extremely well. They have no problem scoring, and that's kind of why I like them here. I mean, St. John's defense has been okay, but I don't. We have yet to see them up against an offense like this. So and I think Kansas State is gonna. I think their offense is going to trump St. John's defense here. So, I mean, defensively, defensively, St. John's is not terrible. I mean, they are ranked 82nd in KenPom for defense this year, which is not that's really good, man. Their offense is 64th. So I mean, this is a good team, but again, they are favored by this. Kansas State is favored here for a good reason, and I think it's because this offense, man, is probably going to snap today. So let me see. I don't know if this is right or not. This don't seem right. It's saying they're 71st offense. And I think Kansas State's offense is better than St. John's. I'm just going to say that right now. Obviously, sometimes I don't agree with Ken Palm at all. Like last night, Cali, I gave out Manhattan because really they were just the better team. And Kempom had them ranked at a 313, and they had St. Peter's somewhere crazy at like a 2 or something. And Manhattan is clearly the better team. And I mean, they won outright. So I'm just going to go with what I know. I love getting my stats from Kempom, but sometimes their rankings are wrong, man. And at least in my opinion. And here, I think it's another case. I'm taking Kansas State here, with the points here. I'm gonna St. John should be favored, but I just can't do it, man. Give me the points here with Kansas State. I also think you could look at the over as well. I think Kansas State's offense is going to trump them.
Yeah, if I was going to play it, I would look at look at Kansas State team total or the game total over. I would expect them to have their way offensively. That would not shock me in terms of putting up numbers.
Yeah, I just don't agree with the rankings, bro. I don't agree with the rankings. I don't agree with them being that big of a I don't agree with them being that big of a disadvantage neither. I mean, I get why they're favored here. I truly do, but I can't do it. That by the way, that's not a game I'm betting. So this next game, this 12 o'clock game, is a game that I will be betting. Um, so it is Nebraska taking on Michigan State. I did a video on this game over at my YouTube, guys. Uh, it's my dog of the day today. Uh, and we're taking Nebraska. I love Nebraska here. I think this line is a little ridiculous, if you ask me. This is where I absolutely disagree with the books at. And I disagree with the books a lot today. I like a lot of underdogs today. So Nebraska getting 7 points here. This is a VIP play. Nebraska getting 7 points here. Michigan State laying 7 points. We got a total of 147 and a half. Favor to the under. I mean, a plus 240 for Nebraska on the money line is worth a look, guys. It would not surprise me at all if Nebraska pulled the outright win here. We have some, I mean, Big Ten action, and I do like what I see from Michigan State. I truly do. Like they're a decent team. They're really well coached. We know that. They got a nice win over North Carolina, but man, I love what Nebraska is doing. I love the fact that Nebraska is low key. Nebraska is playing under the radar, man, and I love it. This team is so good, and they are not even talked about. And this is what I love about Nebraska, because now look at what we're getting, you know? And I might be completely wrong about this team, right? They might not be that good, and maybe the books are judging them correctly here. But from what I've seen, no way should they be a 7 point underdog. I mean, what really got me was them going into Creighton and beating Creighton outright. First of all, it is super hard to go into Creighton and win in that arena. But after I seen Creighton go and beat Kansas, that win for Nebraska just got that much bigger. I mean, that was not easy, man. This Creighton team is a lot better than anyone expected, and Nebraska already beat them. I just think I just think that's huge, man. And we can't act like Nebraska does not have or will be by the end of the year one of the better defenses in the country. Like, this defense is playing so damn good, man. There's a lot. There is a lot that I like about Nebraska. You look at MSU, they have also lost two of their three step up games that they have played so far. Like I said, they do got that win over North Carolina. That was the one that they won. And I think you're going to start to hear a lot about Nebraska coming up shortly. Right now, you don't hear much about this team, but I'm telling you, by the end of the year or even halfway through, when we're making our way to March, Nebraska is going to start ringing bells, man. I like Nebraska a lot here. We are getting extreme value on this team, and I honestly think they win outright, Callie.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me at all. I like that call. I definitely think that's a good angle, good spot for them today. So it would not shock me.
All right. Yeah, man. I already got the bet in. I already got the bet in. I bet on straight up. I bet Nebraska straight up on the money line at the plus 240. I took the 7.5 points. I always buy a hook, or I always buy my numbers up. I know a lot of people don't agree with that, but that's just the way I bet. And then I always buy, like, if they give me a flat seven, I'm buying the hook. So we got Michigan State at a 7 too. I mean, I love Nebraska here, bro. Love them. All right. Let's go to Clemson and Miami. We got a couple more. We got one other game after this I want to talk about in the 12 o'clock slate. So we got Miami taking on Clemson. This is another VIP play for me, guys, and this is another dog that I like here. And I know a lot of people are not going to like this one, and you guys know I'm a Miami fan. But this ain't biased, I promise. I would fade Miami if I thought we needed to, you know. Miami plus the 4.5 here. I have to take it. I like Miami on the money line as well. We're getting 4.5 points with Miami. We're laying 4.5 points with Clemson. We got a total of 148 locked up on both sides. I can't wait to watch this game, man. This is going to be a good game. I'm worried about Miami early. I'll say that right now. I'm worried about Miami early. I'm worried that Clemson might be able to bury them, and they might not be able to pull out of it. But if this first half stays steady, and if Clemson's even winning by 4 or 5 going into half, I'm going to feel really comfortable with Miami. As long as they don't get buried in the first half, I think we're okay. I mean, this is a conference game, obviously, and this is the first conference game that both these teams are going to play of the year. So this is a big game for both these teams. And I was honestly so surprised last game, because last game they played Arkansas, and I told you guys, I was like, man, I'm worried about Miami because Nigel Pack is out. We still took Miami, and they still covered. They didn't win the game, but they did cover for us against Arkansas. Nigel Pack played that game. He played that game, and I was so surprised, man, because I didn't think he was going to be ready, but he was out there balling. and he's back in this game. He's playing this game as well. Clemson is a very, very good team, man. I just took them last game versus Kentucky. We just took them last game versus Kentucky, and they won outright. This is a very good Clemson team. But now here you are coming in playing Miami. You're off of a huge win against Kentucky. I mean, this is a classic letdown spot for Clemson, man. And they're coming into this game favored over a team like Miami, who just lost a very close game against Arkansas. Look, man, it's just a letdown spot for Clemson. Miami is extremely underrated. They're extremely undervalued in this game, in my opinion. And yeah, they have been losing, but they've been losing to decent teams. I think they show up for this game, bro. I really do. I think they show up. I like Miami a lot here. I'm gonna take the 4.5, and I'm gonna take the plus 170 on the money line. The parlay that I gave out in my Discord, I rarely do college basketball teasers, but I had to do a 12 o'clock teaser. So we put Nebraska and Miami into a 5 point teaser at a minus 130, and I bet that, and I gave it out to my Discord. I like that play a lot. I think both these guys have the possibility of winning outright as well. So we put them in a teaser to start our day.
No play for me on that.
No play.
Nope, nothing for me.
All right. We got Boston College. We got Boston College taking on who are they playing? Wake Forest. Yeah, I think they're playing Wake Forest in this one. This should be a decent game, honestly. This is another 12 o'clock game, guys. You got Boston College getting 10 points, Wake Forest laying 10 points. We got a total of 134 locked up on both sides at a minus 110 here. Wake Forest is 7-3 on the year, man. They might be 8 and I don't I it says 7-3, so I'm going with it, but I don't think that's right. Anyway, this line opened up at a 10.5. We have not really seen much movement on this game, and I really thought that we would be seeing you know movement come in on Boston College here. But we're really not. I mean, a half a point move, um I this Wake Forest team, bro. I mean, their offense is not good, man, and it is a big problem. You know, I think they what last game they scored 44 points, bro. Last game they scored 44 points. I mean, it, it's just a team that I can't back an offense that is shooting 28% from the field. Like I just can't. I'm not a fan of Boston College either. I'm really not. Boston College, like they're not a good offense. I do think this is going to be a sluggish game. I think the unders in play here. I think this is way too many points to be laying with a team like Wake Forest. But um I'm taking Boston College plus the 10.5. I'm really surprised we don't see more movement coming in on Boston College here. But and that does worry me a little bit. But I'm still going to go ahead and back Boston College here, and I'm gonna lean the under as well.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to turn this thing into a rock fight, battle on the board, slow the game down. The under angle, I do not disagree with at all.
Yeah, I mean Wake Forest's offense just has to be better.
Yeah,
And I don't know if this is the team for them to really, get better at, because it's not like this Boston College defense is terrible. I think Boston College is a better defensive team than they are an offensive team so far. Honestly. All right, next game I want to talk about in the 12 o'clock slate is the last one, and that is Syracuse playing Notre Dame, man. Syracuse is playing Notre Dame today. It looks like Syracuse is getting 5 points. Notre Dame is laying 5 points. We got a total of 145 here, locked up on both sides. Notre Dame's at a 218. Syracuse is at a plus 180. First thing I thought of when I seen this game was over. I thought over right away here, and then I started looking, and Notre Dame coming in as a home favorite don't look terrible. Syracuse is better offensively, at least I think they are. But Notre Dame's defense is going to trump their offense. Uh, I think their offense is not terrible neither. I mean, Notre Dame has incredibly good shooting percentages. From the three, from the field, they're ranked top 100 in the nation when it comes to two of their, yeah, from the field top 100, and from the three top 100. So it's not like their offense is that terrible neither, where you got Syracuse, who's actually bottom 20, bottom 20 in the country in 3-point percentage this year. And they're playing a Notre Dame defense that, in my opinion, is underrated. I think Notre Dame's defense is really solid. So yeah, I like Notre Dame here. I also was thinking about taking the over, but I can't do it, man. I think we stick with the home team here. Give me Notre Dame laying the 5. They should win this game easy.
Yeah, I like what I'm seeing from the Irish this year. I think that they could be a under the radar team that does make an impact in March. So I think getting them still with this value is a good spot.
Yep, especially if they keep working on that defense, bro. If they keep working on that defense and it gets better, they're definitely going to be a sleeper, I think, for sure.
Yep.
Um, especially, I mean, their shooting is terrific. I mean, they have the chance, man. They have the chance to make a real be a real threat to these bigger schools, man. All right, let's keep it moving. We got Wisconsin taking on Marquette. This is at 1:30, so we're finally out of the 12 o'clock slate. If there's any games I missed that you want to talk about, Callie, please just let me know, or any of the listeners. If there's anything that y'all want to talk about that I miss, please just let me know, and we will obviously talk about them games. Because I'm just going through of games that I picked out, like just like looking at the screen. So all right, we got Marquette taking on Wisconsin, man. This should be a good one. You got Wisconsin as a 6-point dog, Marquette at home, laying 6 points. We got a total of 150.5 locked up on both sides at a minus 110. With Marquette, both teams are playing really well. Marquette and Wisconsin are both 7-1 or 8-1, sorry, coming into this game. The line opened up at a 7.5. So it's moving in favor of Wisconsin here. And I was surprised to see that. I'm back in Wisconsin. I mean, I missed the 7.5, but I do think this is a Wisconsin spot. Marquette, man, they are a offense that can be super they're just busy all the time. Like, this offense is moving. They're explosive. They are talented, but I think it gets in the way sometimes. And now you got the Badgers, who are incredibly well coached. I have not seen the Badgers get blown out in quite a while, because this team fights, man, and we're getting a lot of points. This team is they are a good defensive team as well. Don't sleep on the defense neither. We know that this is a rivalry game of sorts, right? These two teams do not like each other at all. Wisconsin is battle tested. I mean, they check off all the boxes for me, man. They have upset wins over Arizona and Pittsburgh. They were underdogs in both those games. I mean, I like them, man. I really do. I think it's a little weird that, Marquette is such a big favorite here. Um, I don't, Cal, you got anything for this game? I don't know if you're talking, Cal. I can't hear you.
Sorry, cut out on me. No play for this. Lean the Wisconsin side, but honestly, with what I've seen, it's been so up and down that it made it easy pass for today.
Yeah, I I wanted back the Badgers so fucking bad, man.
I
That
know.
is
I
just the better team.
completely agree. Yep, I completely agree. I would if I had to, I would take them. But again, we look and we're barely in December. A lot of what we're going to learn about these teams is still very far to come. And if at this point with me, if it was even question, it's such an easy pass with how much traffic there is every day going for the size and volume of these cards. Otherwise, you know how it is. If we wanted to dive in and take every game we had a lean on, we'd have 25 games and we'd be putting up our putting up half our bankroll every day.
Yep. All right, I'm gonna stick with Wisconsin here as well. I like them,
Yep.
man. I'm,
Yeah.
and I don't think that Cam Jones is the best player on the court neither. On Marquette here, I just don't. So give me Wisconsin here plus the points, man. If I was wrong about this line, so be it. I don't care. I think this line is a little disrespectful to Wisconsin. All right, James, man. Good morning, bro. Glad you made it. Glad you made it, man. All right, let's keep moving. We got Iowa taking on Michigan. So did I write anything down for this game? Nope. I think I only got three more games that I have for VIP quality. Two more. I mean, this game might have been able to make it. I don't mind this game at all. This is actually a really good one. So we got Iowa taking on Michigan here, guys. You got Iowa coming in as a 9.5 point underdog. Michigan laying 9.5. We got a total of 158.5 locked up on both sides here at a minus 110. So we do have a pretty big number here. I just don't know if the number is justified. I think we might actually see uh a little more of the Iowa that we used to know. You know what I mean? Uh I do think that this total is a little high, but I think it's high for a reason. You got two teams that can absolutely go at it. Um we seen, let me see here. The last time these two teams have played, because we know we do see this matchup, a lot, at least from what I know. Iowa is looks like Iowa is 3-1 against the spread. They are 3-1 in their last four. Over is 3-0. So the over's 3-0 in the last three meetings as well. Last time they played was in January. Iowa won 88-78, and that was a road game. I mean, so we see the history between these two teams. It's competitive, high scoring, competitive. Seems like Iowa wins, but I don't necessarily think this is the same Iowa team that we had in the past. And that is exactly why you see Michigan is such a big favorite here. Iowa is better offensively than Michigan. Michigan is better defensively, but I still think that both teams have incredibly good shooting. So I mean, you look at both teams; they are both top 50 in field goal percentages on Ken Palm. They're both top 80 in 3 point percentages on Ken Palm. I mean, why pick a side, man? I mean, if I had to, I'm taking Iowa plus the 9.5. But I think you just take the over and watch the points pile up, guys. Honestly. Callie, what do you think?
Yeah, I would agree. Points, points, points. Seems like the logical response I would expect up and down, and two teams that can shoot the ball real well. So, you don't always need to get that easy lay in to get things going. Runs are inevitable with teams that can shoot the ball this well. So, definitely would expect points. Expect the over in this one.
Yeah, their shooting is just their shooting percentage are just extremely good. I am not a huge fan of I'm not a huge fan of Iowa this year. I have faded Iowa quite a few times already, and I just don't like them, man. I just don't like them. But you got to admit, like I said, man, these two teams, when they get together, they ball out. So I'm going to stick to history here, man. I'm with you. We're going to rock with the over in this one, guys. Next game we got Pitt taking on Virginia Tech. What time does this game start? So we got Pitt taking on Virginia Tech. Let me see. So this game starts at 2 o'clock. You got Pitt laying 8.5, Virginia Tech getting 8.5. You got a total of 142. It's locked up on both sides. Pitt is coming in as a big, big road favorite here, laying 9 points against Virginia Tech. We have faded Virginia Tech already. I told you guys we're probably going to fade Virginia Tech a lot this year. This team is, in my opinion, overrated. I think they are overvalued. The problem is here, they're not getting that overrated, overvalued price. Here, I think they probably got it about right finally, right? So if you guys were not telling me in the beginning when we were fading Virginia Tech, it looks like the books are trying to catch up now, right? Because now here they are at home and they are an 8.5 point underdog to Pitt. So it looks like the books are finally catching up with just how bad the Hokies are going to be this year. I still think we lay the points with the Panthers. I like Pitt here. This Virginia team cannot score, guys. They cannot score. We talked about this multiple times in Plug Talk. They can't score. They turn over the ball. I mean, I can go down a list of shit wrong with Virginia Tech. They have scored less than 65 points in 6 straight games, bro. 6 straight games, they have not put up more than 65 points. They have also given up more than 70 points in 5 of those games. Man, I think the Panthers come in here and run these boys out the gym. I'm gonna lay the 9, 9, 8. It's actually moving in favor of Virginia Tech. So people are still looking at Virginia Tech and, oh my God, we're getting 8 points. Man, I'm laying the points with Pitt, man. I think they blow them out here, Cal.
Yeah, too many points for me to jump on it, but I do agree with you completely. I think that Pitt is the right side, and I think a lot of people are still fooled with the name on the front of the jersey versus what is actually being put out right now by the Hokies. You know, a big drop in talent and performance, and it's obviously finally reflecting on the books right now with the numbers showing that. So I do agree with you, but too many points for me to be able to jump on Pitt right now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not mad at you. This is a game I'm probably not going to be betting either. Um, what is Virginia Tech right now?
Exactly.
What are they, 3-5?
They're a big question mark, is what they are.
Well, yeah, no, that's 100%. I don't think it's going to get better. It's going to get worse before it gets better for
Yeah,
this
I
team. In
agree.
my opinion, it's going to get worse before it gets better. All right. What we got next, man? It looks like we got IU Indy. I love the name change, by the way, for this team. I absolutely do love the name change. Um, what was their old name? It was IUPUI, right?
Oh,
or
really?
yeah,
Really?
IUPUI. That's it. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
really, really,
IUPUI. It
yeah,
was
really.
IUPUI, and now they are IU Indy.
That's clean.
Yeah, I like it a lot more, right? The IU
Yeah,
Indy. Yeah, I
yeah,
like it a lot more. They changed their name this year. Like
yeah.
I said, it was IU Pui, and they did the old switcheroony. So
What?
they're IU Indy now, and I think it's a lot better. I like it a lot. All right, let me see here. I'm trying to find the line now.
A lot easier to know where they are too, instead of trying to figure out where the heck IUPUI is.
I know, man. Not obviously not. I'm still having trouble finding finding the game. But my DraftKings jumped all the way back to the top again, so it always does it to me.
While you're waiting, I'll update you. So we spoke yesterday about the massive, egregious line error that I found yesterday. Actually, I placed the bet on Tuesday, made a couple spots, decided, we'll make our lotto and have a little fun. And I always make a 4 or 5 teamer with one of my buddies every week just for fun to go back and forth. And made a 4 teamer and looked and noticed that the odds on a $35 bet that we decided to make together was paying out just over $3,800 on a 4 teamer. So the odds got shifted from 10.2 to 1 to 102.2 to 1. So we decided to make 2 other bets. So we currently have 3 of them. With the opening part winning last night, the over 44.5 in the Army game last night. So I got that late touchdown by Tulane to get the over. So part one is complete. I mean, it's going to coincide, so I won't say the rest of them yet because I don't want to ruin them. But when they come up, I'll mention them when we talk about the other games because we've got 3 other parts going. I guess part two, I could say, since we already spoke about it. Part two is Miami, Ohio this morning. So we'll see. We'll see if we can get there. And the other 2 parts are in the evening games. But yeah, found a massive error, and it was a parlay boost by this book too. So they tried to retract it and tell me, yeah, they were going to pay me back even for my losses, and I said, well, that's great, but it didn't lose. It actually hasn't even started for another 2 days. So you're clearly trying to cover your butt, and if you don't want this to be a social media nightmare, you probably want to put those bets back up. And boom, the bets came back up. So we've got 2 4 teamers and 101 to 1, and a 10 teamer at I think 103 to 1. So it could be an interesting weekend.
Dude, that's fucking awesome, man. Dude, I
Let's just say
love
if it
when you
gets to the final game, I will be the final game. If we make there tonight, I will be hedging the shit out of anything just because of the pure odds boost.
right, dude. I that's one thing I love. Same with I'm sure everyone else now about online gambling and these sports books is yes, it's not all the time, but it does happen sort of often, man, where you always do kind of catch something slipping with these books, man. Uh,
And
and
there's
there is ways that it does actually benefit the better. Normally the
yes,
house always wins. We know that, right? Like
yep.
the house always wins. It does not matter, guys. It's in the VIG. They always win. Okay? So don't even they always win. But there is a bigger advantage of us now betting online than it is actually with the paper tickets and going to the casino.
Yeah. Well, I
There's
mean, one time, money, car, everything involved with having to physically be there versus what you can be laying in bed and doing.
Well, yeah, I mean that, but I mean like just the pure lines, the everything that you can catch, the multiple different bets that you could place on some of these apps. There's just so much that works in our advantage now when you're a sports better than it did 8 years ago or 6 years ago. Things have just changed so much, man.
There's bets I see every day where I hear from other people, and I'm like, whoa, what a really creative way to find value on that. Like
Yep.
whatever it may be. I think it was like people that are still writing, Scheffler from last year with these open bets on certain things. It's really interesting to see different angles. And like everybody else, I was one of those haters who thought that if you weren't doing it a certain way, you were, a BSer. But there's plenty of guys that make, six figures who do this purely finding angles. And,
Yeah, hell yeah.
with that is finding value, with that is finding, available providers because, you don't finding a line error or whatever it may be is fine, but you don't want to keep stepping on that same person too many times because they'll eventually shut you off or eventually cut you down. So it's important to you know
Well, they
understand
do
if you've
that.
made a
They do
mistake,
that to
but
you
not
if you start
accumulate.
winning too much anyway.
Now it's the joy of making sure you can either find a good local or someone that you trust who understands the bigger picture that it is an up and down and you need
Yeah.
to fluctuate with it. And a true bookie or whoever it may be is smart because the people usually who win the most throw it right back, trying to change what they're doing. And that's the biggest thing I would say too is keeping to your style. Adapting and learning is good, but I think with that comes bookkeeping and you know make a bunch of mock bets for yourself. Write it all down. Keep yourself honest, and see how it goes, and give yourself a little trial period. And if you find an angle and you've got it because the books are learning just as much as we are. There's a reason why these books are hiring analytics people and these people who are betters because they want to know how to beat us as well. It's important. They're buying these guys off of the book so they can come work for them instead of taking their money. So it's very very interesting. But back to that parlay situation that I had. It's one thing if you find an egregious line. Say we get um, example today. Say we see like Oregon at plus 7.5 or something for some reason, and they make a mistake, or say some book we have is -7, and they put a one in front, so it's minus or plus 17 or whatever, and you get 10 points of extra. And obviously a mistake, and that's different. That's a different situation if you're, physically beating an actual error. This to me felt very different, where it was someone that wanted business, is looking for promotion, has had other issues, and quite frankly, they were the ones who created this parlay boost. So, like I said to them, quite frankly, it's not even about the money, and we all know the parlays will probably lose anyways. It's about the integrity and about following through on what you created as a provider. Because if you're doing this to me, then it means you're doing it to everyone else. So it's a big difference between finding an error in terms of a line versus an error in terms of strictly value, and it's something created by them too. Because remember, the book is not your friend. They're not going to come and check on you and see how you're doing because they feel bad. They're checking on you because they want more money from you. They want your funds. So we need to always treat them, you know, like the enemy because they are. Uh,
Yeah,
just one that can
100%.
provide us an income.
Bro, I always say it and I live by this every day, man. We wake up and we're at war every day
Yep.
in this
Yep.
business, bro. We are at war. Like, that is all there
Well,
is to it, bro. We wake up and we fight a battle every single day. You are fighting for your money. You chose to live this life, man. You are fighting against the books, plain and simple. I could
a big
give two
reason why I don't
fucks what
watch it.
everyone else is doing, bro.
Yep.
Like, and that's all there is to it, man. And it's us against the books, plain and simple, or you against the books, plain and simple. That's how it is, man. And if I can help someone else beat the books with me, you're goddamn right I'm doing it, bro. All right, let's keep it moving, man. We got a couple more games here I want to talk about in college. Like I said, we got NKU taking on IU Indy. Um, like I said, I love the new name change for these guys. It is definitely smooth. So you got IU Indianapolis +7, and you got Northern Kentucky laying 7, and we got a total of 140.5, slightly favored to the under here. NKU comes in as a big favorite, and a big favorite for a reason. I love this play today. I think they absolutely dog walk IU Indy today. Um, obviously these games in the Horizon League do give you good value. I love these little games. Like, I love these smaller games when there's other big games on the card and these are just kind of mixed in. You know what I mean? Like, you get the games like Drexel and Pennsylvania. but you have them right above damn Georgia Tech playing North Carolina or Pittsburgh playing Virginia Tech. Like these are where you guys kind of want to live in college basketball. These NKU versus IU Indy games. Like this is where I live basically in college basketball. I mean, in my opinion, this is just, you know, a smaller game with a ton of value. And NKU is getting a ton of value here by not being a double digit favorite. Honestly, I think we're getting a really good price with NKU here. I was expecting them to be, a 9.5, 10 point favorite, and here they are only laying 7 points. So I think that we are getting a ton of value because this is one of, in my opinion, one of the best defensive teams in the mid majors, man. When we're talking about defensive basketball, I love NKU. And their shot quality, man, even their shot quality is just so good. And we know, this team can lead the horizon, man. They really could. And for them to lay anything less than double digits here, I think is a steal. Because I think they win this game by 10 or 12 points. IU Indy is literally one of the worst defenses in the entire country. They are one of the worst defenses in the entire country. They are ranked 363rd in the nation when it comes to adjusted defense. I think NKU absolutely runs these boys out the gym. I like Northern Kentucky today. Like I said, I would lay this up to a 9.5.
Hopefully things go better than it did for Western Kentucky yesterday. Another
Yeah, right.
directional school. I mean, I had Jacksonville yesterday. That was nice, but I think that think you're on the right side. Better overall club here today. I think that the what are the blanking on their mascot? They've got a great mascot. Northern
Who,
Kentucky.
NKU?
Yeah.
They got a husky, don't they?
Isn't that Northern Illinois?
Oh, you're right. They're the Norse. They're
The
the
Norsemen.
Vikings,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yes. One of the
Yeah, that's
greatest
what they are. They
mascots.
got the horned helmet as their
Yes, they're like the
mascot.
old Viking. Yep. Yeah. One
Yeah,
of
the
the.
old
I,
Vikings. That's what it is.
that's
Yup.
what I kept wanting to call them, and I was like, it's not the Vikings. It's the Norsemen. That thing is
Yep.
great. Yeah. Give me the Norsemen.
The Norse. Yup. That's exactly what they are. The Norse. It took me a minute to remember what they were.
Yes, sir. It's a good one.
There's so many, dude. There's so many good mascots, bro. There's so many funny ass school names. I
Between
love some of them.
Between Western Kentucky and Northern Kentucky, two pretty great random mascots.
Yeah. I love all the old Viking stuff, man. That stuff is so cool, man. Um, all right, let's see what else we got here, man. I'm not going to try to drag this out too much longer. It's almost 12 o'clock. You know what? Let's just get out of here. Let's just go right over to football and let's end the space. If you guys want more plays, you guys know where to find me in Cali. But we're going to go and finish the college football slate for you guys. We do have a ton of good college basketball games today, so don't sleep on college basketball today, guys. We have a lot of good games. If you guys need any, hit me up. Let me know. The other game that I have is Boise State. I love Boise State today. I'll say it right now. I love Boise State today, and I also have. Do I have Colorado State written down? Colorado State, and it looks like UNLV on the money line. Yes, sir. 12-point underdog. I don't care. UNLV wins that game. Um, all right, let's go back to college and let's get out of here. We got three games to finish in college. We got Georgia Tech, or not Georgia Tech. We got Georgia. Sorry, Georgia taking on Texas. We got Georgia taking on Texas. This is the SEC, I believe, championship here. So you got Georgia coming in. My bad. I got to scroll all the way back up for DraftKings. College football. All right, we got Georgia taking on Texas. 4 o'clock game. Georgia getting 3 points. Texas laying 3 points. We got a total of 50.5. Cali. Slightly favored to the under. You can grab Texas at a minus 148. You can take Georgia at a plus 124. like I said, man, the SEC championship right here, guys. I mean, I don't know if we're going to be on the same side here. I kind of like Georgia a little bit. I think Texas is probably going to want their revenge, and I get it. You know, that's what I've heard anyway. That Texas is going to be out for revenge. This is a revenge game for Texas. I get it, but Georgia was a dog in Austin the first time these two played, and I mean they had no problem, no problems. Like I just don't think it's going to change, man. I think that Georgia's game experience in this championship is just more. You know, I think honestly, with them being in Atlanta, right? That kind of gives Georgia an advantage here. So, look, bro, I'm on Georgia here. I don't know if it's the right side or not, Callie. Like I said, I'm gonna be taking your advice on these games today. I can just give you guys my honest opinions, and I just think Georgia has an advantage here. I think we've seen them in Austin already. Georgia had zero issues getting to them. I don't see what changes here in Atlanta. So give me Georgia, man.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun game. You know, question marks with a couple injuries. Big one being ETN with the Bulldogs. And like you said, obviously a potential revenge spot with Texas here. So it should be a fun game. Obviously, I am on Texas today. I like the way that they finished the season. Um, you look at some of their defensive metrics, and they're way up there. I think quietly they're having a nice year, but they're not performing in terms of what those numbers are actually showing. I lean the under today as well. I just do worry with how quickly these games can get moving on turf and how we are, just one slip defender away from 70-yard touchdown, and these teams both have no problem going for that bomb at times to open up those defenses. Um, but I do like what I've seen on both sides of the football from Texas the last couple of weeks. Dominant defensively last week, and what was supposed to be a pretty good Texas A&M team. And I'm wondering if they did hold a little bit back last week, knowing that they did have this one on deck as well. And if things go well, they'll have a month off to get themselves healthy and ready. I do think that top to bottom, this Georgia team is just a different feel. Um, Not that same dominance, 2 yards in a cloud of dust if you're going against them. They're a team that didn't want to give you an inch. And I feel like at times we've seen them exposed, but more than anything, it just has a different vibe this year with with this Bulldogs team that has felt nearly invincible. And kills me to say it, the Cali guy, but I do lean the Longhorns today. I took them on the money line. I think we got the -125, -130 earlier this week. So VIP is on Texas today.
All right. So that means I'm gonna tell you on this one. I'm gonna listen to you, man. You know college football a lot better than I do. So I'm gonna tell you on this one, man. I kinda had a feeling we were gonna be on opposite sides on that one. I really did. Um, all right, let's move on to the next game, man. We got Marshall taking on Louisiana. We are in the Sun Belt. So we are in the Sun Belt for this game. You got Louisiana coming in or not coming in. Louisiana is at 5.5 here. Pretty big home favorite. You got Marshall getting 5.5 points. We got a total of 58 in this game. Um, I mean, I really have no idea where to go in this game. I'm thinking Louisiana, but I kind of feel like, maybe the line might be getting a little away from us. The line opened up at a 4, 3.5 on some books, and now we're up to a 5.5. So uh, I kind of lean the Raging Cajuns here. I mean, it comes down to defense for me. Uh, if their defense can make them stops, then they are going to win this game. That's what it comes down to for me. If their defense shows up, they're probably going to win this game no problem. But we have seen before where the Louisiana's defense can let them down. So I don't know, man. Callie, where you at on this one?
This is easiest pass of the day. Both these teams have, you know, not been on my radar. I've looked at Marshall this year a couple times. I've got no faith in either of these teams to put my money on. So it was a simple pass. If I had to take a side, I would lean Louisiana, but again, that 5.5, it's just creeping up there too high.
Yep, I agree, man. Tough game, tough game. Probably no value to bet. I think so as well.
Tough
All right,
game
Penn
and
State.
an easy pass.
Yep, easy pass. Yep, 100%. We got Penn State, man. We got Penn State taking on uh Oregon. So this is a big game, man. This is a big Big Ten matchup here. Big Ten championship matchup. Against the. I mean, can Oregon really do it, Callie? You think they could really do it, man? Can they really go undefeated? I mean, mine is 166 today, man. Penn State plus 140. I mean, the Ducks have really. I mean, we can't take nothing away from Penn State. I love Penn State, bro. I love this fucking team, man. And I really do think that we have to back the Ducks today. And I love Penn State. I mean, Penn State, they are what? You look at them, you know, 2-7 against the spread in their last 9 games as underdogs. Not good, man. The Ducks have allowed teams to, I don't want to say hang around, but we have seen teams that should have, the Ducks should have absolutely blown out the water, hang around and cover against them. But the same thing is, this is a team that knows how to win games, plain and simple. They win games. And I am a little worried that, that Penn State could cover in this game. I just, because I like this team a lot. It's just, this is a big game, and we know, bro, you put James Franklin in a big game, and he ain't got the best record when the lights are bright, right? And Callie, you were talking about that earlier. Let's see who can be them guys or that team when the lights are the brightest. And I'm sorry, I cannot tell you guys to put your money on James Franklin in a championship game. I just can't. So I'm rocking with the Ducks here. I think they do it, man. Give me the Ducks. I think they win by at least a touchdown here. Penn State has shown us over and over again that they really, really struggle as an underdog. 0-9 straight up. 0-9 in their last 9 as an underdog. 2-7 against the spread in their last 9 as an underdog for Penn State. And I'm sorry, man. Uh, I don't trust Franklin. I don't. This guy is completely ass cheeks, man, when it comes to any kind of pressure. And this is probably the biggest pressure Penn State has had all year. Um, no, sir. Give me the Ducks.
I mean, players aside, everything aside, and until you get rid of James Franklin, you'll continue to be that same team that is average and has way too much hype and never wins the big game and is great at covering and beating up terrible teams. But yeah, I love Oregon today. Fast track, all the things that would help Penn State are negated today. You're playing, you're playing on a fast track. You're coming off what was a great game against Washington last week. Penn State is going to have to score to keep up in this game, and I just don't know if they can. Oregon can beat you any way they want right now. So elaborate with the run game. Um, Dylan Gabriel is just continuing to have phenomenal games, phenomenal game management as much as anything too. Uh, the swagger is there. The talent is there. I mean, Oregon has done everything they need to do to get here, and they've done it swimmingly. A couple obvious hiccups, but when a hiccup is still a victory, you can definitely take that and make it a learning period. So I love what I've seen. I expect Oregon to come guns blazing. This offense just is impossible to stop. And how many stops is Penn State going to get? On top of that, how long can that defense maintain some stamina when they know they're going to get run sideways and up and down and spread out for 60 minutes? And I think the goal is probably to wear them out as quickly as they can and then try to pound this defense late with the running game and trying to just expose and expand it. I like Oregon by double digits. I use them in an alt line as well. When it got down to 3, I really liked it. I took the money line as well. So maybe I'm a little biased with it, but fuck James Franklin. It's terrible. Guys, guy's the worst. He's proven it time and time again. He's not the guy, and I'm happily invested on this Oregon team in multiple ways that I already do. I have them today to win the Big Ten already from a few months ago. I have them to win the whole thing at 9-1 as well. So I've definitely invested a few ways on Oregon, but it doesn't skew my vision on them. I still think that they are the most complete team right now in football. I think them, Texas, and maybe one or two other teams possibly. But right now, I love what I'm seeing from Oregon. Who's really done a great job transporting this team from what was kind of a gimmick offense and a team that had to outscore you to now a team that can pound it and a team that can play defense and look at where they're winning. And 10 years ago, would you ever say that Oregon would be able to compete, let alone dominate undefeated in the Big Ten? So a lot of cheers to what they've done over the past 5 years. So very impressive. And give me the Ducks today.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm all over the Ducks here. And like I said, I love Penn State as a team. I've watched plenty of Penn State games. I like them a lot. I like them as a team, man. I grew up with my uncles who just not only went to Penn State, but they fucking bleed this team. So uh, I it it's just an organ spot. I mean, you cannot trust this team, guys, and that's all there is to it. You cannot trust Penn State when it comes down to the time for them to do it. They will not do it. They won't. They are terrible, terrible step up. They're a terrible step up team, and it
Yeah,
has
they
to
do
do
not step up.
everything with coaching.
Yep.
Um,
And like I said, when if this game's outdoors, if it's snowing, that gives them a huge advantage against this Oregon team. But there's none of that today. They
no,
get to play on a track today, which is
yeah,
100% going to benefit Oregon.
yeah. Oregon's probably going to run them out the gym, man.
I
All
mean,
right,
they win
last
again. They win, they get a month off. So again, another what
huge
hold
reason
anything
why
back
to
at this
come
point?
out with your hair on fire. Yep.
Exactly, 100%.
Yep. I like Oregon a lot, man. I'm probably going to put a decent sized bet on this game. We also got one more game. We got Clemson taking on SMU, man. So this is a really good game. It just really is. Obviously the ACC championship. SMU comes in favored over Clemson, man. SMU laying 2.5 points, Clemson getting 2.5 points. We got a total of 55.5 locked up on both sides at a minus 110. Clemson's at a plus 124. SMU at a minus 148.
So
Man, huh? I'm on
Arizona State,
SMU.
nice 40
I'm
yard
on
run for Arizona State on the first play of the game.
first play of the game. Damn, man. All right, we're going to get off here in a minute.
Yeah,
Let's
I
finish.
like SMU tonight. It's definitely a fandom play though. I worry that there is talent across the board on Clemson with some advantages. But you know what? SMU is playing so well this year, um, and a team that they know they can't take the risk. Even though we've heard so many sideways things about, losing in your championship game, so won't matter. We know that it does matter with a team like them, who is very much being ridiculed for if they make it, and a bunch of other teams do not get into these power conferences. So I think that SMU, the weight of the world on their shoulders, but what we've seen over the last multiple seasons is them continuing to compete, having a great offense, putting up points. It's going to be on that defense today. It really is. I do lean the over in this game. I really think that there is an opportunity for these teams eventually to start getting points going up and down against each other. And I think it's just there's opportunity for big plays with them. Again, though, my side on this, I took SMU. I I'm going against everybody else that I've really heard on it, and I've got no fear with it. I'm going with the Mustangs, and not a major play. Definitely my least in terms of strength today, but I will be on them.
Yeah, no, I like SMU a lot here, and you hit it on the nose. It's all on their defense. And I'm sorry, they have a good defense. They have an underrated defense. Their defense can step up here. Klubnik is going to have extreme issues moving the ball, in my opinion. I think we'll see one of the best defensive games out of SMU today that we've seen all year. I think they're honestly going to hold Clemson. Whatever Clemson's team total is, I'm taking it under. I am nervous about the total in this one because I think Clemson, as good as their offense is, and believe me, I know how good this fucking offense is. Um, you know, I really do think SMU steps up in a humongous way today and shows, why they deserve it. It is going to be 100% on SMU's defense, and SMU's defense will win them this game. Uh, I I like SMU a lot here, man. I really do. I am super comfortable with it. I know a lot of people are trying to be, just I guess sharp or whatever, trying to take Clemson, and maybe I am wrong. I'm not always right, but I do think when it comes to just overall team, I like SMU a lot more. These boys play with something different, and Kevin Jennings, man, I like him a lot, bro. I really do. Don't get me wrong, I like Klubnik as well, but Kevin Jennings just plays with that. I don't know, bro. He's just got it, man. And then on top of it, you got guys like Smith behind him. Bro, I can't. Give me SMU here.
Yeah, and, it's the biggest game in the program's history, and I again why the total's so hard to get on this one. So I agree, and I think that you're going to get it. It's easy to say, but you're going to get the most motivated, intense, focused SMU team, and I trust that coaching staff. They've done a great job with them, and I'd love to see the pressure that it puts on the committee if they're able to do it. So we'll
Yep.
see what happens. Be a lot of
I
fun.
can't wait. I can't wait for this game. I
Agreed.
like offense a lot. I mean, I like SMU's offense a lot, but
Yeah.
I think their defense is not talked about enough. And I think tonight people are going to be like, "Damn, bro." I think people are going to be like, "Damn, bro. They really did that shit to Clemson." So hopefully
Yeah,
I'm right, man.
Clemson's still a public name and a public team that people love to back, and seeing that number to a lot of people like, ooh, SMU, who is SMU? Just a lot of question marks for people who don't do this on a long term basis. And I think that even a short term basis, but I do think that SMU is playing well, motivated, and has a great leadership right now. And I think that this time of the year it means a lot. So should be
Oh
fun.
yeah.
And you know what? Isn't it fun to go against a Clemson team who should be the better program and has this history? And this is huge. SMU doesn't sit there in the dark and not watch what they've done over the last 10 years. So it's a big deal.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And I think they got what it takes to put their money where their mouth is here. So definitely
Yep.
rocking with the Mustangs. All right, guys. Uh, that's all we got for today, man. Like I said, if you guys want more picks, man, tap in. I am going to try to do a later show. I'll try to get on here and do like maybe a 5 o'clock show for you guys. Maybe we'll touch on the NBA and maybe the rest of the college basketball games I didn't touch, and maybe I'll reach out to Banana and try to get him to do some NHL on the show as well. Um, there is USC tonight. There is NHL. There is NBA. You guys know we got a loaded card, man. So you guys make sure you enjoy tonight, man. Tomorrow is the NFL, so don't go crazy tonight. We're going to have a show tomorrow at 11 o'clock. I'm starting my show. 11 o'clock. We're starting Plug Talk for the NFL tomorrow. We will only be covering the NFL and Plug Talk tomorrow in the morning show. Callie, you're more than welcome to join if you want. It's completely up to you, man, but you always got a mic with me. You know that. Like I said, 11 o'clock tomorrow. Callie, you want to give us a best bet and let the people know where they can find you?
Yeah, best bet of the day, especially with the number coming down. Oregon, I like them on the money line. I think that, not sure what our best number we can get is, but take the -3 as well if you need to. I think the Ducks in motivated spot, already in my opinion to beat the best team they'll see all year with Ohio State. They got a great shot from them. I think that time has proven to us that this Oregon team is no more gimmick offense. They are a fully equipped squad that can handle business on any kind of level, and they've done it. I think they'll continue to do it. Give me the Oregon Ducks on the money line or -3 today. You can find me on X. You can find me on Instagram at California Wager. We're currently on a 17-3 college basketball run right now. We hit a 17-41 parlay a couple days ago, so we're rolling. We're up over 50 units in the last 19 days. So it's been a hot run, and we'll continue moving. So keep on cruising forward, and we'll have a great Saturday.
I love it, man. Appreciate you being here, bro, as well, because you really gave us some really good winners, man. In college football all year long. You have continued to provide us with just knowledge and winners in college football. So I was grateful to have you on the show today and give us your plays, man. I'm glad to hear that we're on the same side on a lot of things. But I probably would have took your advice over mine anyway when it came to college football. So definitely grateful to have you on here for a day like today. And I'm sure everyone else is as well. I'm gonna give you guys. I'm gonna stick to my side of the court here and drive in my lane, which is not college football, but college basketball. I think we're gonna go ahead and lay the points with NKU here against IU Indy. I like NKU today a lot, man. Go ahead and lay the 6.5, 7 points. I would bring it down to a 6.5, guys. If I was you, bring it down to a 6.5. Lay the points here. If you want, use NKU as a parlay piece, and you could parlay them up with another team that is around the 230 mark or something, and get yourself a little plus money. I'm probably going to do both. I'm going to bet the spread straight, and I'm going to use them as a parlay piece as well. So that's my best bet for today is NKU laying the points in college basketball. Like I said, guys, I'm going to try to get out and do a show later for you guys for the NBA. If you guys want me to do a show later, man, just put it on the timeline. Let me know that you guys want it, and I will show up and do an NBA show, NHL, and we'll do it around 5 o'clock. But you guys gotta let me know if you guys want it. Also, all my VIP plays are free right now. You can find them all in the Discord. Uh, it's free to join, obviously, and all my VIP plays are going to be free up until next Thursday. And well, this Thursday coming up. So all my VIP plays are free until Thursday night football. So once Friday hits next weekend, I'm going back to VIP. We've been hot, man. The last 2 days, our VIP card has been smacking crazy in the free section. We've hit two back-to-back play of the days. We hit two back-to-back outright underdogs Hopefully, we hit one today and hit our play of the day today, which is all going to be free in the Outlet Discord. So if you guys have not joined, just go to my Twitter profile. There's a link, and literally you click that link, and it brings you to a page that has every single social platform that you can find me on, and you just hit the link, and it makes you join them all. All right, man. Callie, again, bro, I appreciate you a lot, man. Thanks for coming on. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow for the NFL. And yeah, man, let's go enjoy these games, guys. Let's make some money.
Yes, sir. Have a great Saturday.
Yep, you too, man. Thanks again for coming on. And everyone, I appreciate every single one of y'all, man. All 123 people in here. You guys keep showing up every day, man. And as long as y'all keep showing up, I promise y'all, man. I've been doing this for a few years now. I will always be here, bro. Always. I will continue to do this show as long as y'all keep showing up, man.